How's she going today, guys? Well, there it is. Section number 1 of the adjustable alley is done. Back you up a bit. It's all painted up. Our tabs are all in. Our butt stopper for our butt stopper bar, they're all in. Plywood's on. So now all we got to do is get her in the barn. Pull my knife off of there. She looks pretty good with that little bit of orange on there. I think it does anyways. Anyways, I gotta get little blue unhooked from the mill. I gotta get big blue out of the way from in front of the door, and we'll scoop them up with the round bale spear with little blue and get them over to the barn. We'll talk to y'all later. Good morning, everybody. The shadows are still quite long here. In other words, the sun is up, but it's not up that high. A little later getting out here. These girls are getting their morning breakfast. Took a few minutes this morning to catch Alberta Ranch, his year-end review video. If it looks a little hazy in here, it's because the Bobcat was in here and I just started it and a little bit of exhaust still hanging in the barn. But anyways, yes, CP and I did get this thing in here and got a measurement on for the next one. So basically, she's coming from this point right here. Now we gotta come to this point here, or this, I guess, is the idea. I don't know why they didn't just make the goddamn frame. Whoever put this post on, I think they kind of fucked up. This post was supposed to be put here versus inside, is my guess. And there was a small screw up, so they mounted an extra 2x on the side and mounted the connection piece right there, because over here it's where, right there, it's on the main beam. But whatever, it is what it is. So yeah, we got to build one more section of alleyway going from there up to the main squeeze. CP and I got, CP stained this with a diesel / used hydraulic oil mix, and that's how she stains the wood if we're not painting it. And I do have to get a sheet of plywood for here. But anyway, that can be added on at pretty much any time because we're just tech screwing them on. You can see the little tech screw right here. Another one up here, so on and so forth all throughout to hold that plywood on. And we'll do the same thing on the gate. It's not 100% level. It's a little wobbly. It needs to, we need a bunch of dirt brought in, and being that it's, well, December 30th today, one more day and it's New Year's Eve, so in the spring when ground all thaws out, I'll get some clay from our clay pile and I'll bring clay in this area, build this up, fill it all in, and then maybe some gravel over top of that clay, pack her all down. That way this will all sit more level. So, but that's one job that's done. Now we got to get building on the build number 2. So you guys have seen the build of that one. The next one will be a different design. Similar. It'll still be adjustable, but a different style. So we got to get some steel up to the shop for that. And start cutting and start welding and so on and so forth. We also got to do some cow feeding. That group of girls out there, their feeder is empty. So let's get at her. Talk to you guys later. Alrighty guys, so this is section number 2. We obviously got our main frame all built, again, using scrap materials that are sitting around the shop, welding pieces together, blah, blah, blah. Got our collars made for the main frame, grease nipples in. Again here, our side gate is on, obviously, and we just got done greasing the shit out of it.
Careful.
With no weight on the other side. It is tippy right now. And so, top rail is set at 5 feet. What else can I tell you? Tomorrow's another fucking day. And we're set up again for the butt bar system right here. So yeah, we'll see what tomorrow brings us. Until then, we'll catch you all later. Have a good one. Alrighty, we're back again. Just for a quick update. I don't know if you guys make this out, but looks kind of foggy, eh? How's that for you? Yeah. It's been kind of like this all day. Which, for you guys that are wondering, my grandfather, and I kind of believe him, and I've said this in videos in the past, 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months. The 3-day, 3-week one, that one's, I believe it to be almost like a 50-50 chance of getting moisture of some sort after the fog. So it's Saturday, so Sunday, Monday, Tuesday we should see, theoretically Tuesday, Wednesday we should see some kind of form of moisture. Rain/snow, one or the other, pending temperature. But the big one is the 3 month. So this is basically January 1. It's actually December 30. So January, February, March, 3 months. End of March, we're gonna get like April 1 type of thing. Give or take a couple, 2-3 days of April 1st, we're gonna get hammered. Hey girls, you chubby little fuckers. Huh? What? And to the gentleman that we bought the calf from last spring, from the Estevan area, that's her right there. Right there, if you recognize her. She's in the pen for replacements. Yeah, they're wanting their grain. These girls are up to 7 30-pound pails of grain per day. 4 morning, 3 in the evening. And they lick her up pretty good. Plus, free choice hay. I alternate grass to alfalfa. I alternate every couple times. We'll alternate, we'll switch it up. And those guys pushed the gate and more or less locked themselves out of the pen here. So I'll have to jump over the corral and open that gate. But anyway, yeah. So it's friggin' been foggy all day. I don't know if it's gonna stay all night or not, but we could be in for a heck of a storm, snowstorm, come April 1. Anyway, I'm gonna let you guys go. Have a good one. Alrighty guys, well, we're in the shop, obviously. And anybody that was wondering what the hell is that big orange thing hanging from in your shop? Well, that's insulated tarp. So when we got our heaters going, I know it doesn't go right to the ground, but it does help keep the heat in the area that we are working. Anyway, got our... I did not cut a slot in this edge on this one, so it's there, welded in. Now we're just trying to figure out, because CP wanted me to make a different style for this side, and I've only seen one really like this where it kind of showed how they did it. So I need basically 2 gates, or a mini gate like this little sumbitch right here, and then the long side panel. And as you rotate the mini gate in, the side panel goes in also. I got to put another bar on the outside edge from here, roughly, down to the bottom on the outside edge. And it needs collars on it. And then we would need a collar on the end of the panel, similar to these guys right here. We would need that on the end of the panel, and flat bar goes to that. So then you just rotate everything, and that side, it actually will fold it back a little bit. How much it's going to fold it back, I don't know. Trial and error. So I got to take that little bastard off and weld this side of it. And then CP's cutting my steel actually for the gate, the side panel here right now. And temperature wise, it's not overly cold, but that wind sure friggin' bites. And it's New Year's Eve day. Happy New Year's, everyone.
Happy New Year's.
Are we having fun? You're making me really work the brain on this one. You're really making the brain work on this one. There's smoke coming out of the ears at times, let me tell you. Just for you. Alrighty, we're going to keep going here. The other side was pretty straightforward. The collars are in. It's all, I greased the fuck out of it. You can see the grease is just squirting out everywhere here. But she's not squeaky. Anyways, I'm going to get to work at building this other gate. And we'll bring you guys back here in a little bit. It's a little smoky in here. Anyway, got that little gate all welded up. It's not mounted yet. It's cooling because we got to manhandle the sumbitch quite a bit. Got this side panel all welded up. Just finished, and it's got to cool so we can manhandle it. The 2 of these have to get attached at this hinge point. This little bastard gets hooked to here, to these hinges. And this one hooks to this at 2 points. And the little one hooks to those hinges at 2 points. We're getting one step closer all the time. Lots of cutting. Lots of measurements, and cross the fingers that we got it right the first time, because if I have to cut it all apart, that's gonna suck, because I am totally out of 2 3/8 pipe, and 2 3 and 2 7. This is 2 7. This is 2 3. It makes a perfect hinge collar point. So anyway, I'm going for a coffee while this stuff cools, and then we'll come back and screw around with it some more. Talk to you guys later. Alrighty guys, so there's the double hanger for our sidewall. Hinge, 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 hinge to make a double. Hinge there for one hinge point or hanger point, and hinged here for a second hanger point. Now the whole idea here, I got to get that other pipe on and get flat bar to these collars, one there and one there, and that'll support this end. But anyway, the whole idea here is there'll be a rod that has to go on here, and as you pull on that rod, this basically will work like that. And then as you pull it straight, it does this. If you follow what if you get my drift in here. So that's how it's supposed to work. I'm not saying that's how it's going to work. I'm just saying that's how it's supposed to work, okay? Anyways, we greased the fuck out of here again. Way more than what I needed. But whatever. It'll be what it'll be. Some of these grease nipples that I put on there, I don't know why, but with our Milwaukee gun, they just don't seem to, it doesn't want to grab the grease nipple worth of shit. Like I said, I don't know why it's doing that, but that's what it's doing. But I'll say one thing for sure. You put the little bit of grease to her, it makes everything a lot quieter. It's not so creaky and crackly and so on and so forth. Right, Mochas? Right. Just agree with me, right? My raggage is right here. So, next stage is to figure out where I need to put that pipe that goes up and down here, from up there all the way down and welded there, welded up there, has a couple collars on it. Yeah. Let's see what happens. Basically, it's this gate, this side panel is collared at 4 different points. There, the pipe that we have to install, it'll be collared on that pipe on the top part, and then there too, and then the same thing across the bottom. So 1, 2 with the pipe, 3, 4. It's a lot of goddamn collars, and I believe I'm out of collars. I need to make a couple. Some beach. Alrighty. Lots more work to do here yet. I'll let you guys go. We'll bring you back in a little bit. Alrighty guys, well, it's not done, but the biggest headache of this build is done. I'm gonna pass my camera over to CP. There she is. And I'll show you how it works. You're gonna have to follow me. You're gonna have to come around over this way. So the whole idea, guys, I'm not sure where I'm gonna put the handle for cranking this son of a bitch. Just go on the end and show what it looks like on the inside right now. So you can see how wide it is, but my plan is to put some kind of a handle on this thing, so when you pull the handle, kind of like on a squeeze chute, it narrows up, so that when I do that, it narrows this up. See how narrow that'll go? Kind of like that, right? And pull it back to open it right up. I also have to put brackets in here so that we can set it at like that width and put a bracket, a locking pin in it somehow. Sorry guys, that was my big fat finger. I got to put a locking pin in it so we can set it at like this width or that width or that width. So yeah, and then the other thing I got to do, because this end here butts up against the squeeze chute, so if you're narrowed up like this, so you don't have an animal that happens to go in there, and if the tailgate's not shut and then he backs up and his ass is starting to come through this point, that's what these two collars here are for, is for a gate to slide into that point. Remember I was saying about this pipe? So now you can see what it's used for with that 3" by 3/8 top and bottom. I ended up putting another pipe in right here because when you had it all the way open, this would actually kick out, and well, you can't have that kicking out. So basically it's just there running from top to bottom as a stopper so that is solid there. So it actually worked out pretty good. I'm fairly happy with the way it turned out. You know what? As time goes on, I might build another one, and the one that we painted and is in the barn, I might sell it.
I told you.
This actually turned out pretty fucking nice, actually. Baby calves, it would be a little bit, I'm not quite wide enough for baby calves, but you know what? That's okay. That works pretty slick, actually. I've been racking my brain around how to fucking do this for the past 3-4 days. Like fuck, last night I didn't sleep all night because I was trying to figure out how I'm gonna get this to work, but there it is. So it's New Year's. We're supposed to go to a New Year's party. So I'm going to let you guys go. This is adjustable alley, livestock alleyway build part 4. We'll catch you later.